Good morning and welcome to today's 10-minute training. Today we're talking about effective use of music in children's ministry. What a great opportunity we have as we minister to children to teach them how to worship God through music. And I want to start by sharing a fantastic definition that one of my colleagues, Caitlin, shared with me that she uses in teaching children, what it means to worship God. And so a great way you can teach kids about worshiping God in music is to tell them that they get to sing to God all the things that they know to be true about Him and to celebrate Him. What a wonderful way to look at worship. Now, as we go through this, I'm just going to spend a few minutes giving a few tips about how to effectively use music and why you should be using music. First of all, music is powerful. I'm sure that we all have those songs that really spark memories and reminders of things that call us to situations, and those worship songs that really remind us of things that God is teaching us and doing in our lives, things that seem to speak of our situation, but also songs that allow us to say back to God what we know to be true of Him and how to worship Him. So first of all, I want to encourage you and you as ministry leaders to encourage your parents to start young in listening to worship music, songs that sing praise to God. This is something that you can start right from birth, really, or before birth, in playing music, in car rides, having worship CDs on, all that kind of thing. What a great way to start kids at a young age in hearing those songs, in understanding this music to be all of our music, and to not just play kids CDs of kids songs, while those are fun, but to also include worship songs and worship playlists and things like that. And just to let you know right off the bat, I want to tell you that we have been creating some resources to help you if you're looking for those things to point parents to, or if you're looking to them yourself. And that is, we have a CBOQ Kids Spotify channel, which I'm so excited to share with you. And I'll be sharing some links in the comments after we're finished this video, and you can go back and check those out. So start young. The other thing too is actions. Kids love to move, and having actions with your songs is a great way to really engage them and to effectively use music. When kids are young, starting with simple actions are a great way to go. Kids can pick them up and do the actions to the songs. As kids get older, teaching more complex actions or dance moves is another great way to engage them in music. Kids love to dance, and especially kids as they're getting older love to be dancing around. And another fantastic resource that we have that I'm so excited to share with you is also a CBOQ Kids YouTube channel. And when you go there, you're going to find some playlists of a whole bunch of different worship dance videos, and there's some great ones put out by Bethel Music that actually teach you, it's tutorials that teach you the dance moves in their music videos that kids are worshiping to. And so that's going to be a great resource for you as well, and a great thing that you can use as ministry leaders to teach kids actions and dance moves, but also something that you can let parents know and let the kids know that they can go home and ask about playing those at home and learning them at home, watching them maybe while mom and dad are cooking dinner or doing something else. Putting those things on for kids to learn is going to be a great way for them to be worshiping God and to be learning ways to engage in worshiping God. Another great tip for effectively using music is to coordinate with your Sunday morning worship leaders, the service where the parents are staying in. It is so great if parents and kids can be learning and singing the same worship songs. Maybe there's different versions that you use in children's ministry. Maybe you have actions to some of the songs that are not done in the worship service where the adults remain and worship. But what a great way to get kids and parents and caregivers on the same page of worship. You know, at one church that I was a part of, we ended every church service by singing the doxology. That was just a part of the worship. And the kids weren't in there for that, so they never learned that. But what I did is I brought the doxology into the kids' ministry time. And so at the end of our time in kids' ministry, we gathered for a closing kind of worship session where all the Sunday school grades came back together, and we had about 10 minutes, and we sang a song, and we ended with a doxology. And I used a different version version than what was often sung in service, and I had actions to it, but the kids started to learn the doxology. So what a great way if you can coordinate and maybe have 5 to 10 songs or so that will be played in the worship services throughout the year that your kids' ministry can also incorporate in different ways in their times of worship. Another great tip for effectively using worship music is the first 15 or 20 minutes or so of the service, when for most of our services the kids are a part of that time, is to really think well about how you're utilizing that time and which songs you're using. Again, work with your worship leaders, and perhaps instead of having new song sets every single Sunday, maybe make sure that there's songs that come up more frequently so that kids can learn them, songs that everybody together is learning and singing. So that's another great way to have kids just engaging in worship and learning that worship is for all of us. And while there may be different songs that they sing, that there's not just kids worship songs and adult worship songs. Another thing too is in that time, particularly in the church service or even when they're out in kids ministry, is allow kids to move around, to dance, to express themselves. Again, remember the definition that this is an opportunity to sing back, to say to God the things that we know to be true about Him and to celebrate Him. And what better way to celebrate than through actions and through dance and through movement? And you know, there are some really simple, easy ways that you can add things for kids to do. So maybe they move around and dance around. Maybe you create some simple instruments or tools that they can use in their movement, like an egg shaker. I've made this just by getting those plastic Easter eggs from the dollar store and filling them with some beads. You can create a bunch of these for super cheap, and kids can use them in their worship. Or maybe some ribbons to dance with. And again, I've created these worship ribbons using a package of shower rings, again from the dollar store, and ribbons, and just wrapping them around, and they can dance around with them. What a fun and exciting way to allow kids to move around, to express themselves, and to worship God. Just other ways that you can use music effectively. Know the songs. Learn the actions yourself. There are so many resources out there for music. And I want to tell you, I want to acknowledge, for anyone who knows me personally, might be thinking that there's a bit of an irony here that I'm talking about music, because I am not a music leader. I am not, that's not my gifting, to lead music and to sing songs. But I have learned ways to overcome not having this gift. And that is obviously if you have people who are gifted, make sure that they're the ones leading music. But if you don't, and I've been in situations where I've had other volunteers who don't really feel comfortable leading music, then look for things that can help you with that. Use recorded music. So maybe it's CDs, maybe it's playing music online. Again, the Spotify playlists that we are creating, we have created and are in the process of continuing to build, could be one tool that you use. Sing along to tracks. Sing along to videos if that's something. Another great thing too, especially for older kids in children's ministry, is have them help you run the technology. So maybe you're not showing the videos to everybody on a big screen, but you're just playing it off of your computer speaker. Have some older kids show them how to run that from your computer, to play that, and then as they're running that, maybe they see the video and that engages them in new ways. Again, look for ways that you can incorporate music effectively. Another thing too is not only just in worship songs, but in especially younger grades, as you're looking for transitions to activities, are there simple little songs that you can teach them. Probably we all know the cleanup song, often done in preschools and in the younger grades. As kids are changing for activities, you might hear the teacher sing a cleanup song because they're going to clean up and move on to another activity. What are some of those types of songs that you can develop in particularly your younger years, children's ministry? Great ways to effectively use music. Music is powerful, and worshiping God through music is a powerful and effective way to engage and to teach. When you choose good, well-written music worship songs, kids actually learn far more through that song, and they retain that, and it's in their minds, and it's something that comes to mind in different situations. There are so many songs that come to my mind as things are happening. And I want to share one more quick story too of a song recently that I taught my 3-year-old, and it was when there were just some different things happening and the day wasn't so great, and I was just making a comment, and then she said, "Mommy, this is a bad day." And all of a sudden I had this moment, this nudge from God that, this isn't good for her to be thinking that. And I said, you know what? Yeah, we've had some bad things happening, but this is a good day. And do you know why? It's the day that the Lord has made. And that's a scripture, and perhaps you know the song. Again, I'm not going to sing it, embarrass myself here, but this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And I taught her that little tune, and we sing that, and now she loves to sing that, and we remember that tune, even when things are not going so well. This is a day that the Lord has made. So music is so powerful. Again, we're out of time, so I'm going to sign off now, but check back in the comments. I'm so excited to share our Spotify channel, our YouTube channel. We're going to be continuing to update that and post new playlists. Make use of that. Share that with the other ministry leaders and the parents in your churches. And if you are gifted in music and have ideas, then send them to me. I'd love to hear ideas for songs or things that are working in your context that we can add to these. That's all. Have a great day, and I hope you'll join me again here in 2 weeks for our next 10-minute training.